France basically has been more or less on a high alert for some years now. So Operation Sentinel is one of the key cornerstones of the security operation in France. So to see French military deployed on the streets of French cities is now quite common. That's something that French people have become accustomed to seeing constantly. I mean, the effectiveness of these measures is pretty problematic in some ways, because the soldiers themselves have become targets of terror attacks in many cases. It also is true that Macron also instituted new laws after the Paris and the Charlie Hebdo attacks to give the government more strength and more powers to detain and to monitor individuals. The issue becomes, though, in terms of assessing the effectiveness of these initiatives, is they may stop and they may disrupt organized attacks like those that we see against Charlie Hebdo or those that we saw in the Bataclan and in Paris, that use heavy-grade military weapons that require a significant amount of planning. These may be disrupted, but it's much more difficult, even for good, well-meaning security policies, to disrupt these kinds of low-level attacks, unless you're going to go down the route of total, authoritarianism on the model of somewhere like North Korea, where you routinely are stopped, you routinely have armed military and police on every corner. These kinds of attacks are unfortunately basically unstoppable, which is a real problem and is of little consolation to those on the ground today who've lost loved ones. I mean, it really is a terrible situation. But it's also worth considering that in terms of the French case, I mean, the rhetoric being deployed already is one of lofty debates around, that the mayor of Nice has discussed this question of Islamofascism, and commentators will no doubt again discuss the issue of Islam in France and the incompatibility between Islam and France. But it's worth really considering here that there are many more French Muslims serving in the security forces of the Republic than there are committing acts of terror.